Hi guys, so back with something different today. I've got my client called Hannah. This was the makeup that we created for her 30th birthday party, and I hope you enjoy. So as always, just to start off with, I'm just using a little bit of an eye primer. This is MAC's Paint Pot. This one is in soft ochre. Just using that on the MAC 217 brush. Then what I've done is I have sketched out the brows, and I've done that using the ABH Dip Brow Pomade in Ebony, and I will just take a little bit of the MAC Stud Eye Pencil through that a little bit later, but this is just to kind of get the shape going. So to start the eye makeup off, I'm just using a little bit of my Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, and I'm just popping that into the crease, and I'm just creating a sort of slight soft cut crease to begin with, and I'm just using that on a MAC 217, just using sort of windshield wiper motions just to get a nice soft diffused look. Now what I've done is I've just taken a Laura Mercier smudge brush, and I'm just placing a little bit more colour just towards the outer corner of the eye. This one is Fudge by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just feathering that out again with the 217, and I'm just building up on the colour just to achieve the intensity that I want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tightline her eyes. Now she's got really lovely sort of chocolatey brown eyes, so this really helps to make the eye colour kind of stand out just that little bit more. So I'm just using a little bit of gel eyeliner and a Laura Mercier sort of flat liner brush, and I'm just using that into the roots of the lashes. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is take Chic by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is like a silvery kind of pewter colour. Hannah's dress is white and her accessories were silver, so we wanted something that had a almost silver undertone to it, sort of a bit of shimmer with a bit of silver, but nothing too harsh. So again, I'm just using that on a 239 brush. I'm just using that to apply into the sort of inner 2/3 of the mobile eyelid, and that's just going to sort of blend away into that Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear. Okay, and so now all I'm doing is just deepening up that crease just a little bit more, just going in with the ABH Fudge and a tiny touch of the black that's in the palette, and I'm just using that on a sort of shader brush just to dab the colour on and then just blend it out, so just using sort of stippling motions. So just using the 217 now just to keep that really nicely blended out. Be careful when you are blending, because if you blend too far over the sort of inner part of the mobile eyelid, then it will start to look smudgy. So it depends obviously what look you're going for, but if you sort of concentrate your brush in the area that you're trying to blend, then it won't muddy the other areas up that much. So I'm just adding a little bit of the MAC's Reflex Pearl, and that's just going on to the inner part of the eye. And then what I'm going to do is sort of just blend it out. So I'm just popping that on now. I put a little bit of the Ardea Cosmetics glue down just so that it would help the glitter stay in place and lessen the fallout that I get. And I'm just using that onto the inner part of the eye just to bring a little bit more attention and light into the eye. And also because her accessories were silver and her dress was kind of a white colour, this was the best option just to kind of bring a bit more light into the eye. Okay, and now it's eyeliner time, and I'm just using my Laura Mercier gel eyeliner in Noir, and this is on a it's just like a liner brush. I just bought it from Hobbycraft actually, this one. I quite liked it because it was quite thick, so it allows you to put a little bit of extra pressure on it and still get a controlled movement from it. So yeah, I'm just doing a winged eyeliner. Hannah does like her winged eyeliner, and she likes the flick to be quite sort of exaggerated as well. So you know, it does look quite nice on her. She's got dark eyes, and her eyes can take, you know, a bit more of that sort of heavier makeup. So I'm just popping on the eyeliner there. Okay, so as you can see, eyeliner is all done. We're just going to pop on a little bit of mascara, and this one again is just the L'Oreal Voluminous. This one is in Carbon, and I'm just using that on a disposable mascara wand. So just really working the mascara in. I am going to apply false lashes, but I still like to give the eyelashes a good coat of mascara. I'm going to pop some onto the bottom lashes as well. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm going to pop in a little bit of Illamasqua's Vow, and that's just going into the waterline. So let's just keep the look nice and clean and not make it too dark, because I don't want to make the whole thing appear dark, especially if she's going to pop some lashes on. I think this just keeps it looking quite clean, quite modern, and quite fresh looking. So now what I'm just doing is popping on a little bit of the Laura Mercier primer. And this one is the original primer, so I'm just using that to smooth that all over her skin before we move on to foundation. Okay, and so we are now using foundation. This is the Laura Mercier Creme Smooth. This one is in Sunny Beige. Now this is the makeup, this is the foundation that we actually used for Hannah's wedding. I did Hannah's wedding makeup. So she really likes this formula. It was a lovely formula that we used on her on the day, and you know, it still looks lovely on her skin as well. It's really moisturising because it has got argan oil in it, and the colour's just lovely on her skin, and it provides a really good coverage too. And just for concealer, I'm just using the Dermablend palette, and I'm just applying just a little bit of a concealer just to brighten the under eye area and also obviously conceal. I've used a Real Techniques eraser sponge to blend all of that concealer out. Okay, and now I'm just going to set the whole skin now. So in order for the makeup to stay, you have to set the skin. So it will last all night long. You know, if you set the skin with a powder. This one is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just using the beauty blender just to press that into the areas that we really want it to stay. Okay, and now moving on to contour. Now Hannah actually has a natural line, which is kind of like a contour, so I just followed that sort of natural line that she has. Just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Carob powder, and I'm just using that on a MAC stipple brush, and I'm just lightly sort of starting to carve out the cheekbones with that brush. Okay, and just for highlighter, I'm just using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This one is in Champagne Pop. Just popping that onto the tops of the cheekbones, and I'm just using that on a Real Techniques setting brush. Okay, and just for blush, I've just used the Laura Mercier Second Skin Cheek Colour. This one is in Heather Pink. And I'm just using that on the apples of the cheekbones and taking it back slightly. This was, again, the same colour that we used on Hannah's wedding day. I think she really likes the sort of pink colours, and they really suit her skin tone, and especially as she was going for the more sort of cool toned look today, I think this colour really helps to bring out you know, the rest of the makeup. Okay, and so for her lips, I used MAC's Vino Lip Pencil, and I just used that to sketch out the lip line, but also to fill it in. The lip colour that we used was one of Hannah's own. It was a Revlon lip colour, I think, and it was just a lovely kind of berry colour, so any berry toned lip would look lovely with this. You could either do a neutral lip if you really wanted to, if you wanted to keep it more sort of wearable. You know, if you don't feel like doing a deep lip, then that's absolutely fine. Use a paler colour, but this is a berry colour, and I think it looks really nice, and especially is quite sort of fitting for the autumn season at the moment. So I really liked the combination of the lip colour that she used with this. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give me a like. Please subscribe as well. Leave any comments that you have in the description box. Big thank you to Hannah for letting me film. It was lovely to see you and to do your birthday makeup. And I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.